Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making some Irish moss or sea moss. Back home where I'm from in Jamaica, we used to make this when I go to the beach and stuff. We used to collect them. I bought like 5 packs of these, but I opened 3 of them and I soaked them. This is what it looked like. I soaked it in water. I soaked it 3 times. Now usually it's still salty. You can see the jelly already. And all I did was soak it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and back home in Jamaica when we make Irish moss, we boil it with the isinging glass. This up is actually, it's from the fish. But usually there's nutmeg that you add, some cinnamon, condensed milk, and vanilla. Who knows? Here me, I'm contemplating. My mind is never made up when I'm doing stuff like this. So I'm gonna boil this right now. So this is a 3-ounce package, and I used, I think it's 3 or 4 of them that I used in the pot. And I just added like 2 cups of water. And I'm going to boil it. One of the main reasons why you boil Irish moss is because it's from the ocean and it's naturally salty. I've had this Irish moss soaking and putting it back in the freezer and it's still salty. But I bought some hot water and pour over it and soaked it like 3 different times after, so hopefully it's not that salty. And to be honest, I'd rather add salt to something that's fresh than to have something that's extra salty. So this is what it actually looks like. If you're from the islands and you frequent the ocean and you go to the beach and have fun, chances are you'll come across this and don't even realize what it is. It's those plants that usually grow on the rocks or reefs. They're from the same pretty much family. I think spirulina is the same thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and put 1 packet of this in there. You don't have to soak this. I would usually add cinnamon sticks or something, some of my spices, but I'm gonna put this in my Vitamix blender and blend it afterwards. Irish moss is something that I don't know of anything that preserves it, so you can have it like, you know, after it's made you have to consume it maybe a few days after. But yep, it didn't start boiling yet. Okay, so after it's been boiling for about 15 minutes, this is what it looks like. Most of it has melted away. There is still pieces in it. Now, I can go ahead, remember now, these are so easy to wash. When you're soaking it, the particles that get stuck in between always just separates themselves and just easy to rinse off under your faucet. So see, most of it has become melted into this jelly-like form. I am going to blend this mixture. However, I wouldn't suggest, if you have a blender that's not high-end, and I don't really mean it in any bad way, but it's suggested that you'll cool it before. But I have a Vitamix blender and I can make soup in it, so it's okay. Now, if you boil this too long, what will happen, it will start getting stuck to the bottom of the pot. Just gotta know that small detail right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour this in my blender. Like I said, if you don't have a nice high-end blender that can accommodate hot stuff, leave it until it's cool before you blend. Okay, so I have poured it in my blender. It's a lot. This consistency of this is really already jelly. I can't imagine what it would be like if I actually allowed it to cool. See the texture? So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna blend away. After blending it, this is what it looks like. It is nice. Look at the texture. Look at the color. It's so pretty. Look at that. Now I'm gonna make a glass of Irish moss. That Jamaican mixture what I tell you about. Since I was making this for not only smoothies, but I'm gonna make a glass and I'll show you guys how I mix it. Here, so I'm gonna pour it in glass jars and I'm gonna leave it to cool. Now always store it in glass jars, it's easier. It doesn't get stuck on anything porous. Alright, so I'm gonna mix a small cup of the Irish moss drink. Let you guys see what I put in this mixture. It's pretty much cinnamon, nutmeg. These you could have boiled with the Irish moss when you were, if you had planned on just making it as a drink versus doing the gel where you can add it for smoothies. I think it's good for your skin. It's full of benefits. You guys can Google it. There's so much information on sea moss that it's ridiculous. So I'll show you guys how I mix this. Let me call this a Jamaica strong back and all kind of something put it back. Now my put it back is gonna consist of some nutmeg, cinnamon, some vanilla, and some condensed milk. So I poured some out because there was so much in the glass I wouldn't be able to mix anything else in it. So first things first, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of nutmeg, then some cinnamon. Remember, I'm just doing a small glass. I'm not gonna measure my vanilla, I'm just gonna pour a little bit. Okay, mix it in. You can put flaxseed in it if you choose. There's so much different things you can add to it. Flaxseed now would have been boiled with it before you actually blend it, so that you get the full nutrients out of it. And then go in with the condensed milk. So you're gonna sweeten to taste. Now if you boiled it too much and it's no longer salty, you can put a little salt in it, but I know Irish moss is very salty, so sometimes it doesn't matter how much you soak it, but yeah. So that's it. I'll show you a preview. I'm gonna pour this in a glass. So that's my Irish moss in the glass. These are still warm, so I can't cover them, but that's what it looks like. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy, and feel free to leave a comment, leave a like, leave any questions you might want to ask, and I'll be happy to answer. Thank you. Hey guys, so my sea moss gel is cool, and
sea moss gel?
Yes, Charlie.
Did it harden?
Yep, look at that.
Whoa, that's so cool.
Yeah, so one of the reasons why I didn't boil anything like spices with this is because I want to add it to my smoothie. Why did you stick your hand in it? Is your hand clean, Litty Monster? I want to use some on my face as a mask, so I tried not to, yes, to put a lot of additives in it. But growing up back home, I see people put flaxseed and other stuff that I will do when I'm actually making my smoothie. I'll just add it in the blender. So I kind of just wanted it just like this. The only thing I added was the icing glass, which they always do in Jamaica. Next time I'm doing it, it's just gonna be the raw version. I'm gonna try not boiling it and see the texture that I get from it. But yeah, that's it. So when you're making your smoothie, you go in and you take a little spoon out.
Wow.
See? That's what it looks like. It's the texture. I don't mind the raw smell that it has. Just remind me how much it comes from the ocean, from the sea.